So we're talking about social circles, and this is time. This time we're going to stay on topic. It shouldn't be a task, but nowadays it be a task. It's a duty to do things that should be easy or regular. This world that we're living in. Uh, I think it's highly important that we describe what a social circle is to the nucleus to us, because I honestly believe when you know definitions precisely, it gives you a better vantage point of being able to make a chess move that is very to the hip, close to the hip. You know, you never want to have to do things that you have to go way over here to do, or some coach is telling you to do something and you're like, man, he's experienced. I don't know if I could do it. It should always feel like you can do it right in your own neighborhood or town or whatever. It should never feel foreign. Information is for everybody. Uh, but often things feel foreign to people because you don't do repetition. Repetition creates reputation. I always say that. It's what we're up against out here. People trying to tarnish your reputation. It's where the narcissistic arguments come from. The repetitive arguments, because it takes two people to argue. But if you know you don't want to argue, then it must be evil. Miss Natalie, what's going on with you? I'm just telling them how we're gonna be just staying on topic this time. Yeah, I left. I came back and just not letting Satan. Okay, okay. What type of cookies? I'm just not letting Satan deter me like that. You understand? I'm just shout out to viewer number two, but I'm just not letting Satan play with me like that. That's all. Until everybody knows I'm pure and these arguments are staged and all that type of stuff. I'm not really too fond of being played with. Chocolate chip, that's Chips Ahoy, like um, the blue chips. I be putting them joints in the microwave. I don't know if they the Chips Ahoy, if they something else though, cause some chips, some cookies be softer. Um, I like chocolate chips when they soft, like yeah, yeah, that's OD. Yeah, hey, hey, I'm just thinking. Uh, so this video is about social. It's called Social Circle Game 3. Yeah, but I'm a vegetarian now, so it'll have to be some vegetarian cookies, and the milk would have to be like well, I don't really use milk no more, but when I start again, which I will be doing when I move out of this crib. Yeah, I know I tried not to, but then you said something. It was like I gotta just. But Phil Colford, a YouTuber, he talks about he does it in his videos. Like um, Basically like the making your own milk. So you go to like a store, you make your own milk. No, I never had vegetarian cookies, but I'm just saying, like, I know they're out there and stuff. But I would just put them in the microwave still, and still just soften them up a little more, and put like the I would cook the I would like blend the almonds and stuff down to make milk. You know what I'm saying? It just when I cook that, when I make the milk, I would just put it in the fridge or whatever. And just we don't want to get on Chef Willard show right now. The Chef Willard show is a little different. You know, the Chef Willard show is high tech. It's a whole nother side of me. So, but yeah, it's a lot of things that I was thinking about earlier as I was listening to. We have three people watching right now. I think, not sure, maybe two, three. But earlier I was watching Coach Kyle talk about social circles, and let me see. When you create a social circle, what they said earlier, as they explained it, they said it was two and up people, not three. I thought it would be three because if it's two people, it's how's it a circle? But they're saying it's two to however many. So if it's just me and you, Nat, and we create like a group chat or whatever, and we talk every day. I don't even know if we have to talk every day. I don't think we do for it to be a social circle. But I think that at, at any, I think that at any point, it's that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's that automatically. And what it is that um, anything that you don't water doesn't grow. I'm real distance at times. I be sure. Yeah, nah. I go into that mode. I got a group. Nah, it be like that. I got a group chat with some YouTubers that we have a group chat, and it's called Yo, what's going on, Joshua? My boy, what's going on with you? You got some great content over there too, my boy. Like, you got some real good content. You gonna definitely be one of them ones for sure. But yeah, um, I have a social circle with some YouTubers. It's called the Chosen. I think Chosen. It's in my phone. Let me just go look. This was created. This group chat was created at least like 7, 6 months ago. Uh, Chosen Nation, and we have about me and five other people in here, and they still all post. They still all post. They still comment in here and stuff like that. Um, Pretty Nat, if you want to join in, you could join in, but I don't really. And this was to go with what you said about being like in the shell. Like I used to talk to them more, and I still I would pop in. It wouldn't be nothing wrong with it. but I just kind of like been like away from it for a while. I've been away from it. I've been letting them like this say Saturday. Um Saturday, my friend from I think she's from Michigan, Detroit, just posted on Saturday, and she posted inside the group chat. And so it's like slick business, but it's also like a little family, a little bit in a way. And so, and but in my logistical mind, I always think that I have to meet someone in flesh. This is why I said my cousin was so dope because he met people offline and he had a roommate from offline. It's about six people. It's me and five other people. Um, when I click on it, me, Daviana from Detroit, uh, somebody named Quinice, somebody named Kaylee, somebody named Tiana. Her nickname is like Yellowface, and my boy Gio. And like I said, I barely post in there now. Um, but we all have. It's only five of us. I do feel like when it's only five people, that's more of a like a. It's more intimate. It's more closer because it's just five. You know what I'm saying? Uh, when things get bigger, of course, it becomes more like. And that's the thing about life. You can never really. You got to be peculiar with everything. I don't know how to say that word. Shout out to viewer number three. Welcome to the live. But you got to be peculiar or precise with everything you do because you may want just a little intimate setting, you and two other YouTubers, and that's a group chat, you know. And it started off with just me and Daviana. You know what I'm saying? Just me and Daviana, and I was telling her like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and do that. But you know me, I was jumping head first into it, and really don't really know how to like, you know, manage it too well, but I tried and I still, they know who I am and stuff, but it's just the fact of the matter. We all live in different states. And so that always adds an element of mysticism. Even when we talk, we're going to not talk for another 5, 10 days or something. And then somebody posts and somebody else posts. They got their dialogue in there, they chop it up. But so, to go back to the social circle portions of what we talking about, a lot of this stuff, the social circle stuff is going to be online, and a lot of it's going to be from your, like right now I'm in my house, and in everybody's house, like I was saying yesterday, you have a square, which is your room. You have bigger squares, then you have your square house perimeter. Have the front, the back, north, east, south, west, whatever. Every side of your house has neighbors, and nothing but potential. I don't even know all my neighbors because I live in apartments. So sometimes I see random girls. I'm like, oh, who that? I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's just everybody work. Everybody got jobs, and sometimes I don't. I go years almost without seeing certain neighbors. But it's some neighbors I see almost every day, and it just all blends up. You know what I'm saying? It's all blended. So psychologically speaking, you always gotta be a little bit conscious of all of that. You know what I'm saying? And how things work and operate because this is a part of being social, in my opinion. Like Coach Kyle say it all the time. If you invite somebody out, say I want to go bowling Friday. I'm gonna go bowling Friday. Bowling place right down the street from me. I text everybody who I know. Hey, I'm going bowling Friday. It's gonna be a couple of us come out. Blah 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 blah. If you want to come out, that's what we're doing. And certain people hit me back. Some people don't. What to do? Can't be mad. if I just met all these people, if you're really out here talking to people, you can't take it personal. It would be against the grain of the social circle thing. To be uh, uh, a social person or a social butterfly would be to be optimistic and open minded. But to be mad at one particular person for not responding to you would be pessimistic and narcissistic and negative. And those two worlds don't go together. So so when you're becoming more social, you'll notice that dang, I was really living in a box because you might not even been a boxed in person, but the people you grew up around. Because I know me, at one point I had I ain't gonna say a plethora, but everybody liked me, and I had my friends. So it looked like I was very charmed, like it looked like I was that guy. But I'm that guy. But I'm just saying, from outsiders looking in. But at one part of my life, I started hanging with somebody who I feel like was like, it's like little bro. I started hanging with him more because like I think when I was younger, I always wanted a little brother, and I think that still subconsciously played in. But that kind of, without me knowing, kind of like slowed me down in life. And I was younger back then, so I didn't even know that was possible. I just didn't know. You don't know till you go do stuff and you see like, man, if I'm hanging with soldiers, then I'm gonna be more tough. If I'm hanging with a younger crowd, it's almost like staying back in high school. Like you might not realize it, but um, time is extremely important. Like it might not even bother you. Like, okay, I gotta stay back. These people gonna go ahead. It might not even egotistically bother your ego, but the universe knows what just happened. You've been violated, and you haven't been violated by the teacher. You kind of did it to yourself. Because if you was really serious about life, and this is how the Mother Nature treat us, it don't care who want to go outside and get oxygen. I'm just giving off oxygen. Whoever's smart enough to go outside and get it is the people who are going to live longer. I'm not choosing. I'm just Mother Nature, and that's kind of how I feel like with social circle. It's like this is why I say you can't be pessimistic and optimistic at the same time. It's like just like I was just pissed off in the last video. I didn't have to come right back and make this next video, but I learned through experience. If I don't do it, I'm gonna feel even worse because I'm a Mother Nature, Father Time. They keep going. I'm gonna know like, yo, you could have been producing some more stuff, but you sitting here thinking about this, and now you not even really full of steam like you about to be if you just push through stuff. So it's all about pushing through stuff and keep learning. So eventually, I feel like with social circle stuff, you get to a point where nothing bothers you because whether someone texts you back or not, that this shouldn't touch you. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't talk to a lot of people often, you might even give it that little thought of like, dang, they ain't text me back. I know they ain't busy. What they doing, bro? I know they seen that. Why do you? The only reason, if I promise you, if you was more social and more aggressive or have more skill with it, you wouldn't even. It wouldn't even. You'd be more happy that they don't text you back. Oh, I was already gonna go bowling anyway. So if they would have texted me, then I would have probably slowed that down just to talk to them. But now I'm over here with these other people bowling, so it's all good. So life could be either moving that way or it could be moving at a lower frequency. See, we tend to look at life linear, like we tend to look at it like flat, but it's like not flat. It's like a tornado that goes up in positivity and comes down. It's like that frequencies. So just by getting some more information changes the whole scope of the game for you. Just a little piece of information changes the way you look at this whole world. That's why I'm always watching videos and I'm always spilling. I'm filling the cup up, then I'm spilling it because I don't want this to sit in me. I want to make the video and move on because tomorrow is gonna be something else. And so it's how often you living in the moment. It's the frequency that matters. None of this stuff you can't take with you, so it's got to be right now. That's why I was so triggered by the last video by being triggered. I was triggered because I was triggered. I wasn't even mad at the person no more. I'm mad because I let someone. I'm mad. What's going on, my boy? No screens in the building. Shout out to no screens in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, we just talking about social circles again, and I just went real deep on just kind of how I feel in a roundabout way about social circles and what they are in the first place and um, how you gotta be in the social circle, um, um, how you gotta feel basically. Like you can't let things bother you, and even me, I get triggered by certain things, but not everything. And the things I gotta study because it can take you out the game. It can take you out the game when you should be paying attention to something. And we talked about money earlier. It's the same thing. Like it's out there, but it's so many distractions. But we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Um, ask my feelings be heard. What you mean that? Cause why you not responding? I'm very I'm very understanding. Oh, yeah, my guy friends don't live where I stay at, but we talk just not every day. No, I don't like them. They just like my brothers. I would never get on that with them. Yeah, that's it. Cause why? Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like I know people like that for sure. I had a friend that had the one I was telling you about, little bro, and he just felt like he knew me. You feel me? Like, yo, bro, I know you see my text. I'm like, bro, like, I don't even know if I did or didn't, but that's not how we talk to each other as like me and the rest of his older bros, which was my regular age bros. Like, if somebody don't see your text, you might say like, "Yo, bro, I text you, bro," but you ain't. It ain't gonna. But that's just the type of way we was living. When we were younger. You don't really care as much. But I do feel like women are more like that. I do feel like women are more like that. You know, a little bit like as far as yeah, y'all a little different in that department. I'll say I think that y'all are a little different, but you know, you come across the right guy, he gonna say the same thing though. Like, but it just depends. It's that's a real particular topic right there. This is real particular who it is and how busy their life is and what they because you could be real busy and that be the reason why you pressing somebody that ain't text you back. So it's crazy. So, but for me in particular, I'm like that a little bit. If it's about money and business and you just didn't text me back, I'm like, what? What is you on? Like, I don't understand that. But if it's about like, yeah, you right though. Like when you psychologically look at it, it's like you're not busy. You're not. You're not. You're not. So in that terms, in those terms, it is like you playing with me type deal. Like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, not all day. And that's the thing really. So I do believe in boundaries and I do believe in standards. So that's where I would draw some boundaries because I drew boundaries in the dating game for women. So I drew boundaries for myself, not even for them yet, right? So I started off with myself, like, yo, you know how some guys they want to text women slow, so it looks like they got a life. But my mentor taught me not to do that. He taught us not to do that. He said, when a woman texts you, just text her back. So I knew for a while now to not do that. How long were you? Were the How long you wear the back brace? I wore well on the box it says to wear it for 20. It says to wear it for 20 minutes a day. See how I'm all the way scrunched up right now, brother. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, it's just I've been kind of bullied in the last video I posted by the narcissists. They came around yelling and stuff, and it kind of got to me. So when they do that, it kind of automatically make you scrunch. But I do need to straighten up a little bit, you know. Oh shit! Ah, uh, I feel like an old ass man out here, bro. I feel like an old ass man out here. But yeah, 20. They said on the box 20 minutes per day, and I just do it from time to time. I kind of just hilarious. I never Oh, yeah, you could pin messages. So on y'all phones, when I pin that, I'm sure it looks a certain type of way. I gotta start pinning stuff quicker and just like being more present with the pinning stuff because I know that entertainment wise, it's funner to watch. Like when I watch people lives and they pin stuff that they talking about while they talking about it, it gives more of like it's like just funner to watch the video. But yeah, Natalie is cool and we do be just having dialogue. Um uh she said if you wait all day, I'm gonna make you wait. So yeah. I don't see, and that's like I said, that's more feminine to me. But it can be, I guess, a masculine person could do it too, and it still be just balance, getting even or whatever. But I feel like with me, no, I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna get you back, but it's not gonna be too. Let me see. If I know your character and you're not like that, then I'm not gonna violate you. I'm not gonna violate you. But if you like if like because people do got lives. So if maybe you got a job, but if I do get that, see, and the reason why I don't think like that too much is because I'm giving people room to hang themselves at this point in my life. Like hang yourself because I know where I'm headed. I'm headed towards the money. I'm headed towards this. If I really feel like this, then you're gonna hang yourself because when you really wake up from the anesthesia of thinking that, because when people play you, they coming from ego mostly. I noticed this. So if someone intentionally don't text you back, or someone hang up on you, or someone violates you, they typically coming from a trauma somehow deep down in the needle in the haystack. It's something in there where they felt like they had to play you, or they felt like they had to be better, or they had to out something down there. So because I know that little secret, I'm always gonna give you, okay, well, I'ma still text you back, but I'ma check you. Like I'm not gonna check you, but I'm gonna say like, um, for instance, like I just got a message earlier from some girl, and it said, "What's up?" But I text you a minute ago. I don't know if the text just came through because of the Wi-Fi or whatever, the Apple. I don't know what happened, but I had to correct something that she did. Uh, she been moving like unattracted, like unattracted to me the whole time. So it's things she did that gave me the impression you ain't rocking. You know, you ain't trying to rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just keep doing me. I don't change my tempo whatsoever for the person on the across from me because yeah, that could be true. Maybe she's going through something. Maybe she's it's so many things that can be, right? So I never and my therapist he actually really taught me this part. Like he said, like when it comes to narcissism, never read people's minds. And we live in a world where people will do things to get your attention on them. So a lot of women are pursued all day, every day. And because of that, I know better than to shift anything in my life for them. Right? I know to stay on my track because they're gonna come back around. Because women are looking for guys. Like they're looking for men subconsciously. Even if it's not conscious, they're always looking. Just like us men, we're always looking for the next one. Like we're always trying to see what's cooking, what's God cooking for us. I turn this corner, what God gonna do for me? Like a gambling mindset. Like what's going on? I'm going to the mall for some shoes, but if I see something, So at the end of the day, all these guys out here with no game been chasing women the whole time. You got to think about it. Some guys don't even concern themselves with learning how to talk to women, so it's always gonna be guys chasing women. So their ego is gonna be inflated off of that. It's going to be. So because I know that, what I'm gonna always do, I'm gonna always allow them to hang themselves. Because what people don't be knowing, like I don't have friends when I was younger that was pretty, like extremely pretty, like at the whole school wanted her type deal. But she wanted me type deal. And what that did for me early on in life was taught me that it gave me self esteem. I ain't gonna lie. Like I already had self esteem, but stuff like that made it to where people really have a hard time taking the self esteem away. So, and then even like for a while, when I'll go to schools out of town or go to just different jobs in different cities, you'll notice in your city, no, I'm still that nigga. I ain't gonna lie. Cause even in my city, it's like I don't show my face all the time. So when I pop out, whatever, it's like they didn't never meet me before. And I think women really like the fact that when they see somebody they just never met. It's like a psychological, they gotta pick the lock. They gotta but so you got that element of mysteriousness, and then you also say smooth things when you first meet them. It's like almost like a dream, or it's like you're breaking them because they don't know how to stop that and how to defend that. But what I'm saying is that my whole goal is to, like my mentor always say, to show her why I'm not like the other guys. And so when you listen to older men who got game, it's really makes it more of a layup for you because you're coming from a place of so much um you're coming from a higher point of view, a higher consciousness. Because like, you just gotta hunt that way. You gotta hunt from there. If you hunt from your lower self, your insecure self, your thirsty self, your porn side of you, where you're just like, oh man, like your lustful side, it could be a different outcome. So you thirst gotta be eradicated, in my opinion. It gotta be eradicated. You gotta kill the thirstiness. Any thirstiness gotta be, you gotta confront that. You gotta deal with that because that's your chink in your armor. Because guess what? Women see thirst all the time. And we as men, we don't really be paying attention to that. But I do. I make sure. That's why I say, if I get petty with a girl, what's she gonna think? If she don't text me back, and then I don't text her back because she ain't text me back. One thing my mentor always say, he say, when a woman um, get mad at you and she leaves, when she come back to you because she realized all the other guys was losers that she ran to, or that is just losers out here in general. When she come back, don't make her feel guilty for coming back. Don't. And so when he say things like this, it's obvious when you really look at it that, oh, I'm a man and she's a woman. I shouldn't make her feel guilty for being the. I'm supposed to be stoic. I'm supposed to sit still, and she's supposed to. Women are supposed to be more so the movable. Even with chess, the game of chess, like women can make moves, but a man got to be still and solid. And so it's like that's real life. They call chess the game of life. So like, and I don't seen this in real life with women in my own two eyes that was trying to play with me, and then I realized like, bro, let me stop chasing her. And she ain't even know what she got hit with when I just was like, yo, I'ma just, cause she'll be trying to play games like hug up on me, then try to walk away. This is years ago though in school, and I'll kind of be like, damn, where's she going? Why she keep walking away? But then when I just was like, all right, now I'm about to just, cause I listened to some dating coach, some white guy. He was like, man, men are like the rock in the ocean and women are like the waves of the ocean. He was like, sit still and she be like imagine you're her grandfather and she's a little girl not no pedophilia stuff, but she's sitting on your lap like a father. You feel me? You don't move like let them move. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's highly important that guys get coaching with women because certain things you just don't know, just like math. Like imagine someone just came to you today and you never learned math before. You'd be like, yo, 2 plus 2 ain't 4. How? You'd be like, what does that make sense? It don't make sense. So the first thing my mentor made sure he taught us was that, yo, when you're emotional, 2 plus 2 really seems like 5 to you. Like, and he broke that down. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Because when I started to learn, I'm like, it does. When you in your feelings, 2 plus 2 is 5. But when you in your logic, 2 plus 2 is 4. And so it's so many things that why I move the way I move. Like I will feel something and still I already pre-train myself to not do the thing that I that most people gonna do. Like so I'm not gonna guilt a girl for not texting me back or I'm not gonna guilt her for certain things because I know that the climate of the world we live in is she don't know me like that. She don't know that I'm different than the guy that she can play with. She don't know. And that's a blessing that she don't know. That's another thing my mentor always say, man. Like he always say, that's our best thing as men is that they never met us before. Most guys don't even take advantage of that. we don't even be taking advantage of that they never met you before. That means you stand at a vantage point. If you play the game that way, you can be very intoxicating from that uniqueness of self. But most people find a way to blend in with the masses, and it's typically through emotion. That's why I say like that's a mistake when a girl don't text you back and she texts you back finally and you say, what's going on? You didn't text me back. Or if a girl leave you for a guy and they come back and you're, oh yeah, you was with that guy. Like any of that is going to just kind of like dilute what you could have been to her if you just would have just been not involved with what she did at all. Like it just doesn't phase you. You're not, because it shouldn't. Because this is why I'm talking about lifestyle coaching instead of talking about dating coaching. We could go into dating coaching another time, but I realized I was putting all my attention on learning how to, the dating game. And I noticed, like, bro, you're getting really good at talking to women, but you gotta still learn the social game just in general, like just in general, just with people, because women will think you cute and they will have sex with you, but it's other things that's deeper below the surface that women will respect to a certain degree where they just will not. That's when I feel like it's the difference between them smashing you and falling in love. I honestly do. I honestly do. Maybe she's going through something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But nah, yeah, I honestly feel like I don't. Yeah, and with that, maybe she's going through something. I don't. My therapist told me don't even read their mind. Don't even read their mind. And it's so easy to try to read minds. It's so easy to try to read minds, right? It's so easy to fall into that. Trying to see, uh, try to just the care in general. Depending on how you was raised and who what environment you came from, if you didn't read someone's mind, you might not get the answer, and that may be a life or death situation, depending on where you came from. So it's like in society, I feel like reading minds something people be trying. We do it, and we do it. It's a known thing. We all be doing that. So for me, I learned the healthier route is to never do it. It's like going through somebody's phone. Like you would have never knew. You would have never knew. Like, and yeah, you found something, but like that's still evil on your part. You still crossed a boundary. So even if you're right, you're wrong. And so even if so, imagine that I'm right, but karma is still gonna come for me because I'm right. But I did I did what I had to do, but it came with a price. I would rather just leave it alone. I'd rather just leave it alone. If she playing me, she playing me, but she ain't gonna play me too deep because I'm never that invested. I'm never that invested. Never gonna play me that deep because I'm never that invested. I'm never that invested because how can I be? Look at the world we live in. Look at the climate. That's why I only want to date women that's a rare breed. You got to be a rare breed. People be thinking I'm just talking like for real. You gotta be something different because your mindset gotta be a certain way where you just different. I just like different. I just like different, and so that's what I think. That's what I like. So, if I have a female on here sometime soon, y'all will see what different is to me. Y'all will see like, okay, I kind of see what he talking about right there. This and that. But yeah, people gonna talk a lot when you ain't got nothing going. People gonna say this and that. My mom tried to throw a jab at me, but she throw a jab because I'm focused on the money right now. Yeah, I text women and stuff. I be setting stuff up, but yeah, at the end of the day, man, I got priorities. You know, like, I got priorities, so I ain't going for that. And y'all women like men with priorities. Yeah, y'all women like guys with priorities. You know what I'm saying? Y'all love it. So it's like it's crazy because most guys out here prioritizing women. They do it, and that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. I ain't know I was doing it because what I was doing was learning how to talk to women through my coach. But what I was doing was, it's not that I was learning to talk to women, it's that I wasn't learning to talk to other guys and just be more of a social guy in general. That's what this video is about. Because I'm happy I did it the way I did it though. Because I learned so much about women that now I stand at a vantage point as far as I'm going to be a monster in the future with it, like because I already I'm deep in it. I'm deep in it now. So and it get you get better the longer you do it. It's snowball effects, just like YouTube. It's like you be thinking that, hey, I don't see no results right now, or that's how it is. It's like that. But let you know, sometimes it be little things. Like I went to North Carolina and literally my roster started building up quickly. And it's like you're in a new city, you're learning. Like, uh, but North Carolina got a lot. It's a lot of women in North Carolina. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. So I might even move back. But I'm just saying, like for instance, I moved down there and a shorty wanted to move in with me. Like, but I had roommates and stuff. So she wanted to. She like wanting to move in, come over and chill at the crib and stuff. But like uh my priorities with my spending habits was like I would pay rent, but then I'll be geeked up because it's like, okay, I got 400 now, I got $500 now. I'll go to the I'll get off work and go to the sneaker store. It was a place called Vintage, and I still got the shoes in my suitcase right there. Jordans, you feel me? Two pairs of Jordans, whatever. But I was just geeked up off the having the money. You know what I'm saying? I'll order Wingstop all the time, like, and I was supposed to be vegan back then. I was straight cheating vegan, like. But I'm just saying, like, I had to go through all that mess ups. Or I call that mess ups. But it's something you gotta go through because eventually it's like, man, like when my life finally hits the perfection button, it's gonna be right. Cause I had to get all that out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Uh Wingstop, I never even had Wingstop till I to they just put a Wingstop in my city, but I ain't even ever had it. So I had to, you know, when I tasted it, cause my cousin bought it first and I tasted it. I'm like, man, where you get this from? He's like, Wingstop. I bet. So I gotta just, you know, I gotta get right. But them lemon pepper wings hit different, so I had to. So yeah, but nah, I always had women around, bro. That's not even something that I don't have fear of that, you know. So I'm not even I'm happy I learned how to treat them a little bit better because that's something I feel like it's a man thing you gotta know, you know, because when you get a girl and she really feeling you, you gotta my back feel crazy, but you gotta Gotta know what you're doing on it. Gotta know what you're doing because uh, it's too easy to mess it up.
Good. How you doing? It's good to see you. And I don't know how you feeling.
This is the biggest black person. He's the GOAT. Yeah, that pause? With the pause. I mean, the biggest black star. That was so pause right now.
He always have huge intros and stuff like that. Shout out to Concrete. Shout out to AMP. Shout out to everybody who just fucked that stage up. That
Now
shit
we
was
out here,
crazy.
man.
To the audience.
We just wait. If you looking at us right now, you gotta know that anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
You too could be standing right here or anywhere else. No matter if you black, white, Latino, Mexican, Spanish, Indian, anybody could do this. It's too easy. Just stay true and believe in yourself. I gotta go eat me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Hell yeah.
Ecstasy, wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
Smoke.
Ladies, if you trying to find a nigga that eat the best coochie, get you a nigga that eat fruits all day. It's the reason why fruits cut in half look like coochies. A nigga that eat fruits literally have to use their tongue and lips literally to suck up all the juices that's in these fruits. I don't know if y'all ever ate a mango before, but when you eat a mango and you get to the seed part, you literally have to you literally have to use your lip and your tongue muscles to get the mango off the seed. So if you eating a mango and you get the seed to look like this, use a professional coochie eater. I'm telling you, it gets stuck in your teeth. You gotta, I telling you now, versus a nigga that eats.
All nigga tryna make a diss song. Behind the wall, we see his ass. A up boy get spit on. Style song. Young and it ain't feel. He might go and snatch and grab some. Been tryna catch and kill ever since I bought my leg gun. Yeah, I'm a fucking beast. And you love me, baby. Going by they effing in for me. Demons in my body. Them boys, they be stepping in for me. Murder on my Nike. I just wanna scratch an enemy. Pull up back to back, black truck, back to back, cat truck. See a vet, I act up, off buggy smacked up. I heard we in competition, they ain't time to blow shit out. Knew I was gonna get it going, with bust around on grandma couch. Chill, all niggas tryna.
Are you the same person referred to as Trontavious Stevens, also known as Tick and also known as Slug?
Yes. Getting baked, breaking them out, the nigga stains. I came through dripping the butter, you thought it rained. Everything flawless from the grills to the chain. I just spent a lot.
Yo, Nat, you still in here? Nat, what you be doing? Like we was just, you was just like, what you was just doing just now? You on Facebook? What's going on Facebook? Watching this video? Nah. Um, yeah, I'm about to really what I'm about to do. I'm about to just simply just watch. Okay. So this is the last thing I'm gonna probably do. Like the night, um, I'm probably in this video at 2 something, maybe 2:20 or something, 2:15, 2:20, 2:25 or whatever. But I just made a short. I mean, I just made a My mind is not working for me right now, But I just made like a Instagram, what you call it. All right, so Natalie, you seen it? You seen my Instagram? Nah, tonight, yeah, I am gonna around two though. I'm that's a little earlier than my typical that I've been on lately. But you seen my story on Instagram, and I had said no, I think you seen it already. Uh, all I said was I posted the photo of the people hanging out, and it says social. It says social. It says social circle is a skill we all forget we already knew. So, in other words, yeah, small circle. Um, yeah, uh, uh, something like that. All I was saying was that we already have the skill of making friends. That's all I was saying. Somewhere in society and life, uh, things feel a little bit as if you feel out of place with, you feel like, hey, like, um, I could never make friends the way I made that first group of friends or my realest group of friends or whatever. The mind plays that little charades with us. But what I was trying to say is that I'm gonna make one more story. That's all I was about to say. So I'm gonna make one more story, and so I'm gonna play on YouTube right now out of my playlist section on YouTube that I got. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to. I got like 1,000 different like secreted playlists that nobody know but me. So, but one of them is called Friends. Is right here, and I got 71 videos in here. And so I'm gonna just listen to one of these videos. I'm gonna pick a semi-short one. If not gonna be longer than gonna be not longer than 8 minutes or 7 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever. All I'm gonna do is pick a piece of information that one of these social coaches uh, say that I actually feel like is foundational and transformative, and then I'm gonna make one more story tonight, and then I'm gonna put the story on uh, Instagram, and then from there I'm gonna probably end the night on that note, just because I feel like that's the note I need to for this video to be complete in my mind and all this stuff is just the last thing I want to just push because I think for the rest of this month I'm gonna be kind of we in July, August is right there. That's crazy. But yeah, until August, going into August, I'm gonna just be talking about and that's what I want to kill. I want to kill that stigma. that is hard because it can be hard. It really can be. It really can be. But it's a psychological thing. Yo, Buck Killer, what's going on with you? You know, we just talking about social circles. Me and Pretty Nat in here chopping it up, talking about social circles. Buck, do you know anything about social circles? And how do you feel about like, are you a social circle guy, or do you just, are you a lone type of person? Like, I feel like I'm both of those. You dig what I'm saying? I feel like I thrive alone internally, like, meditation, yoga, mother nature. Like, I love all that stuff. Like, when I'm by myself. Uh, but when it comes to what you call it, social circle, it's like it's a beautiful thing too. Beautiful thing too. So like when I moved back from North Carolina, I was downtown, just kind of moving around because downtown, everybody downtown got a little busy flair to it. And so it's like whenever you downtown, you can not only talk to a lot of women, but you can also just chop it up, Like you can just meet people. And this is what I was saying to what Pretty Nat said as far as it's hard. I seen both ways. I seen within one day, like I've seen it be very, but it's all contingent upon or dependent upon whether I'm gonna say what's up or not. Like it literally be tied in to whether I'm gonna say what's up or not. Like, and then once I say what's up or how you doing, and I break that ice, um, they're typically gonna give me some form of uh like truce. Like they're gonna give me some form of truce. Like, I'm not just gonna violate you. Like, what you mean I'm bold? How I'm bold? I see what you're saying though, but it's like I think I broke that because my mentor that teach us about dating women. He taught I broke the fear of like before the pandemic, like right before the pandemic, because he taught us. He knew that it's a psychological matrix type layer between individuals. See, I didn't either. I didn't. I promise you, I did not. What it was that my mentor, that my dating coach mentor, he taught us like by and he didn't just teach us verbally. He gave us a mission to go do. So I got a store down the street, a gas station, mobile gas station, and I would go to this gas station all the time when I first moved into this apartment. I would just like even like at 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock nighttime, just walk down the street and go there, and I'll buy like all junk food. Like just before I went vegetarian, I just go there and just get like every night whatever I wanted: beef jerky, sprites, candy. I just grab anything. You feel me? And it was like I wouldn't talk to like I would say I would be more of the laid back guy all the time. Like I would let a woman look at me. Well, I would see you looking at me a lot. I would realize like, okay, bet, like, that's kind of like I would play it like that, and that's just how, from young boy to growing up. That's kind of like the lay of the land. That's kind of how we just kind of do it. Like I don't know, but I knew. after listening to my mentor for some years, maybe 2 years, that I was totally blind to the fact that that's not masculine at all. And I'm not saying I never pursued, but I did, but it still wasn't, I wasn't pursuing the way that because it's a way to do everything in life. And that's what really takes away the fear. So he told us, like, yo, like, just, you don't even gotta approach and get their numbers or give your numbers to women yet. I'm gonna eventually make that the thing, but instead start off by just saying hi. And you don't even got to continue the conversation, just say hi. So you see a woman that you would smash, you see a woman that look good to you, say either hey, hi, or how you doing. He was kind enough to even give us three options, but they all meant the same thing. And because of that, I'm walking out the house every day. He said, do this to 5 women every day. So at first, yeah, it was a little bit of like it was something there. I don't know what it was. It's like the Matrix is there because it's like I'm not even really like I mean, I was kind of, I ain't gonna say shy, but growing up, I was a little preserved, whatever, sometimes. But for the first time, I noticed it's not just this world ain't what we think it is. It was something invisible layer between me and these beautiful women. So, because once I started saying, just like, I'll go to the store down the street, and there'd be two girls that'll come in there, and women are so comfortable nowadays. They know guys ain't gonna do nothing. They know you guys gonna sit there like trained animals and not even say nothing. And I was that guy too, you know. And when women think you're cute or whatever, it'll lackadaisically you even worse because now you thinking you ain't got to do nothing. But I found out, like, you know what? It's not true. That's not manly. You take the lead, and surprising enough, taking the lead has no boundaries to it. So just saying hi is taking the lead. So just that, I was able to see how much I'm able to penetrate a woman's world just by saying hi. So I'm seeing two women, whatever, they're in the store grabbing something, and I'm just like, how you doing? So and I'm seeing how I'm after I say that, I know I ain't saying shit else, but I know I'm gonna look at how y'all move off of me just taking the lead like that, and it's typically at a high percentage a very great response. So that broke that down for me. And my mentor would always say, you guys are going to have a moment where it's going to be a F you coach moment. And you're going to just say F you in your head. You're going to see a picture of your mentor's face. And you're going to say, he told me to only talk to 5, but I've been winning doing this. And by winning is just them smiling at you and saying, it's just them looking at you and smiling and saying hi back, right? That's gonna give you what it is doing is allowing you to frequently win at something concerning the woman with women, and it puts it breaks through that layer of I can't do it because you don't notice how subconsciously it's a layer of like um I gotta say something perfect, or I gotta say something dope, or it's a layer there that, and so by you just saying, by doing that often, that whole layer crumbles. And so once you do that with women, you think you can't go say what's up to guys, or you think you can't say what's up because you're talking to beautiful women, like every day. Because once you get on that ride, you're never gonna stop saying hi because it's just the fear is gone. You did it too many times. The fear is gone. So by that time, like I said, when I'm downtown, coming back from North Carolina, I'm downtown. Me saying what's up to a group of guys that ain't nothing. I've been past that while ago. When I was down south, it was the same thing. But like I said, down south, I was more so focused on learning how to talk to women still a lot. So like how to just not just talk to them, but everything to them. And because of that, my mind was bulging that way, and I never. So I didn't even notice. I did kind of have a little bit of a blind spot when it came to talking to other guys a little bit because I was going so boldly in that direction towards women that I ain't never take a stop and say, um, I didn't measure it. Like, yo, you're really getting good at this, but this over here is like you're not bringing it here, and you need to. So since I've been back from North Carolina, I kind of made it a little bit of a mission just to be better at social game in general. And so, like I said, me talking to all these baddies, bro, it's like I see what I could do with that. There's no way I can't say what's up to some guys. Like it's just not. It's just not. It's just not real. But sometimes it do be like that, like, cause it be like, man, like, um, if you don't know how to carry conversations that well, it's still a element of like, I'm not gonna open up a conversation with another man if I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to do. You still a element of I don't know ism in there. So you want to just that's why we making these videos now because I feel like there's no wrong answer. It's just our minds that be really standing in our way because the matrix did a number on us. It's the matrix is built to make you not just relax and just talk. You know what I'm saying? So when people love you for just relaxing and talking, you're really in a good position. Like as YouTubers, we get paid just to literally just to relax and just talk. And the more we relax and just talk, people will resonate eventually. It may not be today. And it's the same thing with game, I feel like, with dating and with social circle game. You're not gonna catch every woman, you're not gonna catch every friend, you're not gonna make everybody like you. And some people will hate you for trying. But you still gotta show up. Cause when you do hit that home run or when you do hit that, it's like just like with women, like you're not gonna get every 10, you're not gonna get but you're gonna do better with a coach. I'm telling you that right now. Because he's gonna straighten up the things that you can't even see. It's things in life you can't even see. But the second you see it, your whole life, your whole paradigm changes. Like it just shifts. It just shifts. So yeah, like when I came back from down south and I seen people downtown, I was just like, yeah, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, as matter of fact, what I did was I was skateboarding downtown, and it was a girl yelling at a guy, kind of like how I was getting yelled at earlier, and I was laughing because everybody, the whole street stopped and was laughing at this guy getting yelled at by this woman. She was just cursing him out in the middle of downtown. So I see a group of people who on skateboards too. They like skateboarding crew, but they wasn't like emo. They were like black and like Spanish. And I'm like, oh, they look cool. They look like that. Like I could skate with them, because I wanted a social circle of skaters too. And so I hopped off my skateboard when I seen him getting yelled at because I was about to skate into the people on the sidewalk or past them or whatever. But when I seen him getting yelled at, I hopped off the skateboard just to look real quick. And then they were like right in front of me. So what I did was I said, I just blurted out a observational statement, and I said, "Yo, he." I said something. I forgot. I would not remember, but I feel like I said something like, "Yo, he getting yelled at." I said something simple, but it was funny. Like, it was random and funny, like because I know they was thinking in their head like, "Who this random guy just like laughing at this random guy?" Like, because it was all random. But I feel like I said the right thing that opened up conversation. It opened. It was like I laid out the carpet for them to engage me back, basically. Like, yo, look at this guy and his girl. Like, I know he feels stupid. I said something. I don't know what I said, but sure enough, they started laughing. It was one girl and like two guys on skateboard. They started laughing, and then we chopped it up, exchanged Instagrams and all that stuff. And so I was understanding it a little bit right there. How you can quickly make friends or potential friends, but it's a part of the game called the follow up, and that's where it's easy because you also got to remember just because we are loners don't mean that the people you're talking to are loners. So like how I said, I ran into a social circle that was already it was already cooked. They already in a social circle. So I'm the oddball, but because I said something that was so edible to them, to people in general, it was just funny. Because it was even funny to me. Like, but they're not looking at me like, who is he? I ain't never seen him downtown. He look cool. He on the skateboard too. He vibing out and he got confidence. So, and like I tell you, the confidence came from talking to women first. Because once you conquer that as a man in 2022, it's really no way that you can't talk to you just anybody could get it from there. Like it's you could talk to a coach, a cop, anybody. Like it doesn't matter because if you can talk to women and they are, it's just something I don't know why it's like that. Because everybody's gonna respect you if you know how to get women. I just noticed that as a man, like they just do. If you know how to talk to women, people just tend to respect. Like the whole village just tends to respect you because there's so many guys who don't know what they're doing. It just shows what type of man you are. Like so, it's like once you do that, you could just talk to other people and they're gonna respect it. And if they don't respect it, you're gonna move on. So you kind of got the high ground. You're the more valuable piece over the people anyway. When you're a loner, you always sleep on your value because no one's around to tell you. No one's affirming it. No one's affirming it. And whatever's not affirmed, you know what I'm saying? Whatever is not affirmed, and this is what we gotta watch as a species. This is why when you go to church and you pray and stuff, your life gets better because you're affirming. Like whatever you don't affirm, the word affirm, the synonym means to claim. You gotta claim your confidence. You gotta claim it. You gotta claim it like yeah, people gonna like me. It's like a subtle difference from where I just was 2 seconds ago. I was talking, but you may not have knew that I felt like that. I may not knew. My body's in my cell. Every cell in my body may have not known that, but once I spoke it, once I claimed it, it didn't matter what because what I did was I dominated every cell in my body. I said something which was a cause, and I'm gonna make an effect. My cell, our bodies hear everything. Our subconscious hears everything. You really are who you think you are, and it's so literal that people we're gonna overlook that because it doesn't even seem like that could be real. Because growing up, what are we're taught that our parents are telling us what it is and what it ain't. Then we're taught that the neighborhood is telling us what it is and what it ain't. Then we're taught that the government and that the school and the teacher, everything from the day we're born is fed in. We're never able to tell or talk out, and us talking out is the thing that's like, wait, hold on, wait. They're painting the picture. They're telling us their narrative and what they see this way and that way. And that's why when you get like that, it's like a more masterful place. You always gotta cut people off anyway. So how can I lose if I always gotta cut people off? Because nothing in life don't got a beginning and an end, and everything gotta die. So when you really the coach and you really managing stuff, you know that nothing's gonna last. Like my dating coach, he taught us that every not Sunday, every July, you have to cleanse your roster. Now that sounds dreadful for a woman to hear that a guy's doing things like that out here. But when you really think about it, it's nothing but healthy because it's not about breaking hearts. It's not about that. It's about what I would like to see it as is a form of reincarnation or a form of rebirth in your dating life. It's like nothing that's alive and that's fun and that's fresh stays there. Things have to travel and move. And when you're the coach of a roster or you have friends and things, the reason why most things don't work in my opinion is because they're too stagnant. If I start dating a woman and I take her to the same place every Friday or I do the same move in the bedroom every day, she might have liked it at first and she might have loved it at first, but but that love will surely sink based on physics and like science, like because you need to spark. We need a spark. Like we need to spark something, and that's kind of how it is, even with you and yourself and I. Like you have to cut things off in order to. It's like sacrifice, and that's really how life is. It's like, wait, hold on, I gotta cut this if I want this. So it's like, if you want to have a successful social life or a successful dating life, whatever, you gotta have the ability to say, hey, I'm about to end this and start again. And it makes so much sense to me because first of all, I believe in reincarnation. But since a kid, I always just something about the recycling bin. I used to look at recycling bin and see that little symbol on the front. And I used to be like, yo, it makes so much sense that this ain't the last time we're gonna be here. Like, I don't know, since a young kid, but same thing with everything. You said I felt like what? Nah, I don't even know what I was about to say. I felt like what? Like, like what was I talking about when I said that? But when it comes to social circles, that's how I'm looking at it. Like, um, everything comes to an end, and if you don't cut things, it becomes worse. This is why most people are walking around today, and they are scared to make new friends, or they're traumatized because you didn't cut stuff quick the first time because you just didn't know no better. So if every June I'm cutting off all of my friends and I'm starting fresh, I'm starting afresh. I have to be gamed up to move that way. You can't have mediocre game and take that type of a risk. That's why it makes sense to me. Because if you never challenge yourself, you don't grow. That's one of the biggest challenges. If I got a roster of women, and for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be resetting my roster every June or July for the rest of my life. That means I have to exceed limits and be better. So when my mentor said he does that, I said that's one of the big reasons why you're so cold and you're really good at what you do because you're not average because you can't be the same person that you once were when you decide that you're going to do that. So it's certain things in life that I learned, like certain things in life that take you from here to way over here. Like Kobe Bryant had to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and shoot more jump shots than the opposite team. It was something he was doing that separated him from the herd. But when you just a fan watching, you're just like, oh, look at Kobe, he's better than everybody. But when you really understand sacrifice, you know, like, okay. Because I used to have a basketball team, a player on my team, and he's like, play for the Celtics now or something. He like in the NBA low key or something like that. But he used to be so good. He was the shortest person on the team. And he was in fifth grade when we was in like middle school. He was like younger than us, but way better. He was like, but he what it was, he had a father that pushed him to be like that. And he was like a machine. You feel me? He would make every shot. He took almost every shot. And he was almost like unbelievable. And so back then, I we just all kind of knew he was gonna do that, go far, you know. And because he's short, but um, he he was smooth, man. It's just he just had it, and like that's what I'm saying. That smoothness doesn't come from. It comes from sacrifice because you got to drop certain things to gain certain things, and that's like quantum physics talk now. Like we like crossing over into science and chemistry now. Like you just can't be in two places at the same time. You just can't. So when I decide I wanna be better at this, I can't no longer not know the information to be that person. And once I know it, I'ma just do it. It ain't gonna be no talking. It's gonna be carrying it out, executing it. Like when I went down south, like I don't been studying. My coach been teaching me how to talk to these women now. Like I don't even bought one. You feel me? It get like that. So when I'm out there in a new city, nothing but land. Yeah, I'm here to to vibe and chill but when we hit that mall, they gonna see my cousin and my roommate. They gonna witness that. Hey, my cousin gonna say to himself, my cousin, he's a shooter. Whenever he see a woman, he don't hesitate. Like, and that's something people just respect. But yeah, every June, July, you gotta cut. You gotta make cuts because everybody not fit, and that's just realistic. That's just life. Like she could be doing everything right and be doing something wrong. Like, so it's like, just realistically speaking, I'm about to probably use the bathroom real quick, and I'm gonna come right back. I'm gonna come right back. But yeah, nah, sacrifice is a part of the game. It's crazy because we always see the word sacrifice as something completely satanic, and that's our problem. That's our kryptonite. That's our kryptonite. But really, it's the word that if we really look at it, it'll help us to be much more civilized in the game and in life and all that good stuff. Uh,
A CRM shouldn't set your teams back.
Competitive. People sign up to these leagues for. Say that to him. Say that to the dude at the gym. Say that to my friend at school. I already got a couple dudes that I'm rolling out to the venue with at this point already. You know what I'm saying? I could do that in any fucking city. You put me in any major city, I could have a group of friends coming out with me. If you just did that one thing, you would already have a social circle. Another easy line you could always say is, "Oh, basic theory of social circle, as well as some applicable lines and stuff we could be saying to start conversation." If anybody's taking notes and you want to write something down, write this down. Master small talk. From there, it's 3 to 10 minutes of interaction. Okay? And ideally, we're changing the topic at least once, and we're giving personal input into the conversation. Okay? You need to be doing these things. At a certain point, name introduction. Yo, I'm Kyle, by the way, bro. What was your name? I didn't get your name. I'm Kyle, by the way. Pleasure to meet you. And at the end of it, it's either an Instagram or a phone number close with a possible idea of meeting up, and then following up with that person. That's literally all it takes. Okay. Work, school, gym, club, hobby. Those are like the main places that you're gonna start building a social circle at. Okay. The gym is always a great opportunity. That's where I was the most successful at making my friends that I'm still in touch with 5 years later. Let's talk about the fundamentals to actually building the social circle. These are just like the essentials. First one automatically is your look. And it's actually very important. Okay. I know it's a common misunderstanding in pickup industry, like looks don't matter, this and that. But I disagree with that, honestly. I definitely disagree with that. I think your look says a lot about you, especially when you're trying to make friends with strangers. People are just instinctual creatures. They're going to judge you off of your look before they ever even talk to you. You want to look the most presentable, the most attractive, the most confident dude possible. Number two is your vibe, the energy that you're putting out to the world. This is arguably more important than your look, honestly, because if you look good and your vibe is shit, no one's going to be friends with you. But your look and your vibe, kind of like prerequisites to building a decent social circle.
so he said your look and your vibe. Your look and your vibe. Everything this man is saying, my boy Coach Kyle, I think I was listening to him when I went downtown. Um, tapped in, but everything he's saying, he gave us a step by step 1 through 5. I'm gonna screenshot this real quick. Oh,
Let's just take a little bit.
I did not mean to do that. Uh,
No. This part is never easy.
Majority of conversations that are going on in the world, if you're ever out in your everyday interactions, you're at the grocery store, you're at the gas station, you're at a club, you're out at a social gathering with your friends, the majority of interactions are all boring, blasé,
normal autopilot responses. The goal with communication, main goal with communication, and just to become a better conversationalist, we want to break through that boring, blasé, superficial layer. The goal is to impinge with your communication, and impinge really just means to break through and make an impact in whatever we're talking about. And that really should be the goal as a conversationalist, okay? You want to stand out with your communication. You want to hook people, become engaging, become captivating. We need to impinge with our communication and snap through that bullshit bubble that everybody has in their everyday interactions. And this one is really big, by the way.
Yo, no screens. That's funny that you asked that because I don't know how I feel about those drinks. I feel like my cousin used to like hype them up, like low key. But like to me, they was fire. But it's like they're not necessarily. I feel like they fake healthy. Like instead of making like a real smoothie, like I feel like it's like okay, if I'm on the go, I'm in another city and I need to grab some. I'm on the highway or something. Let me go ahead and grab this. You feel me? But it's like as far as where I am today, I'm trying. I probably I wouldn't buy it, but it depends. It's a situational drink. Like I wouldn't really just do it. But they taste good though. If that's what you're asking, they got flavors for days. So yeah, in terms of the taste, I do. In terms of the health, I don't know. Can't front.
Say that to him, say that to the dude at the gym, say that to my friend at school. I already got a couple dudes that I'm rolling out to the venue with at this point already. You know what I'm saying? I could do that in any fucking city. You put me in any major city, I could have a group of friends coming out with me. If you just did that.
See what you just said? You put him in any major city. I got maps in my photos. I got maps, and I got cities, and it's the United States is right here. We got Oklahoma. I don't know what the majors. I know obviously like Florida, New York, like these are major cities, but we got like what 50 states. 50. I don't know the difference between a state and a city, by the way. So, like people use those things interchangeably. So like Oregon, I'm not naming major cities right now, but I'm just no, I know what a state is actually. A city and a state is two different things. I know what a state. I know what a state is. Now I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I'm having trouble. But we got all these places though. Mexico, Florida, Georgia, Missouri, Chicago, South Dakota. Yo, pretty Nat, you are you a little deep. You a little deep out there from where I am. Do you ever travel?
That one thing, you would already have a social circle. Another easy line you could always say is, "Oh, you need to be doing these things." At a certain point,
Let's screenshot that real quick. So, Bruh said master small talk, then 3 to 10 minutes of convo, then name introduction, then Instagram or phone number, and then follow up. Reach out and invite them to an activity. Uh, are you asking what was I watching that you was hearing a couple seconds ago, or and what am I watching right now? 'Cause right now, uh, I'm creating a playlist. I mean, a album. I'm about to just start posting stuff on my Instagram, on my story that has to do with just social circle, game, and stuff like that. And I'm gonna just start harping on that topic for a little while because I feel like it's an essential key, and it's just something that I just want to just like master it, finally. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this is called Keys to Building Your Social Circle Empire. Say this to make more friends. That's what this was called by Coach Kyle. And
Name introduction. Yo, I'm Kyle, by the way, bro. What was your name? I didn't get your name. I'm Kyle, by the way. Pleasure to meet you. And at the end of it, it's either an Instagram or a phone number close with a possible idea of meeting up, and then following up with that person. That's literally all it takes. Okay. Work, school, gym, club, hobby. Those are like the main places that you're gonna start up, and then following up with that person. That's literally all it takes. Okay. Work, school, gym, club, hobby.
work, school, gym, club, hobby. Let me screenshot that too. Because here's the thing. Um, I'm not in school right now. I don't got a job right now. So many things that separate me from that lane, right? Like there's so many things that separate me from that um invite like those places. So it's like the next one was the gym. See, my gym is nature right now. My gym is outside and the park and like the um, the beach. It's a beach near my crib. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm side hustling it up right now. I'm just 100% focused on side hustle right now, which is YouTube. YouTube is like something that could be a main. It could be like YouTube is a very flexible um, thing because it could be full time, it could be whatever it's gonna be. But so I'm just kind of utilizing YouTube first. Like, okay, let me use YouTube because YouTube is the dopest. In my mind, it's the dopest. Like, it's the dopest thing. Yeah, it covers all grounds basically. You could just you could use YouTube and you could get right, and then you can go back to school. And not only are you going back to school, but you're going back to school from a position of uh see, I'm a believer that most people fail because two reasons. They don't try is a big one. But the other one is just because they didn't do it from a position of power. If you're already making money from here, it could be quite easy to make money from there, basically. But what it is that I'm gonna get my ID though. That's my next goal, financial goal to get another ID, and then because I lost like I lost some of my essential things, so I'm gonna grab those up real soon, and then basically, I'm just sorting things out like little general things that I gotta get in alignment, and then I'm just gonna um, because YouTube is funny in the fact that you never know when it's gonna take off. Like you just can't even judge that really. Like it's just you just can't. You just never know. So I'm somewhere in here in this world figuring things out. You know what I'm saying? It's just tough to talk about. But I see everything starting to mold the way that you know, I'm paddling the boat in a certain direction on purpose, basically.
Those are like the main places that you're going to start building a social circle at. Okay, the gym is always a great opportunity. That's where I was the most successful at making my friends.
And like I said, the gym for me is just outside. It's just going outside because I always got to come up with um excuse me. I always got to come up with a separate thing from the thing that he's talking about. So if he say you should meet friends at school, well, we're not in school. So what is like school today for me? In all reality, YouTube is like school too. It fits into school if you're doing it the right way. If you're doing it and you treating it like lessons, and you're that's why I say YouTube. It's like a jack of all. It fits everything because really, in all reality, the world set up in a way where you never supposed to not finish school. You never not. This bad kind of. Yeah, but you never not supposed to not finish in their opinion. So based on that, you I'm tripping. But based on that, right? Based on that, you just not supposed to stop. And so in all reality, this is what that is. This is lessons, but sometimes just because it's YouTube, it's so much room to not be like kind of how we were just saying, like you are who you think you are all the time. So if you grew up around narcissists, they telling you what you is and what you ain't. You ain't never taken you never taken yourself as far as you could go. Typically, um, So you might could be more dominant here. You might could just get on YouTube and start dominating and believing that hey, I am a teacher. I can teach this. Cause there's no limit to that. It's like if you're confident, people will see that first. It's not even the fact of whether you're right or wrong necessarily yet. You know what I'm saying? The first thing is when I look at this person, are they confident? Are they confident in what they're talking about? Cause nobody, that's just it's crazy. Yeah, YouTube is like a job, but it's like a side. It's like it fits all things. It's whatever you want it to be. It could be your side hustle. Like, say if I had a job at Target right now, I'm doing YouTube at that point on the side. But what's going on? Official creator, how you doing? Official creator, I like that name. But yeah, like if I'm working at Popeyes or something, and I'm coming home, I'm making what? I don't know how much Popeyes, you know, um, how much you make, but or I could just go to my last job. Last job. Nice to hear that, man. Um, we just talking really in here. We just chopping it up about me and Pretty Nat. We talking about like social circles, how you can meet people in places. So establishments, in all reality, when I was working down south, I had two jobs. I had a job as no problem. I had a job I worked at Auntie Anne's with my cousin. You know what I'm saying? And I was making a pretty decent, and then I was a security guard. But both times it was a bi-weekly, so almost $1,000 checks. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like a lot, almost thousand. So it's like, but I say that to say this: I appreciate you, official. Stop by anytime that you feel like stopping by, and I'll be more than happy to show love to you because I'm happy that you came in here in the first place. Uh, but what I'm saying is that there was a lot of traffic in establishments in general. So you go to any mall, anywhere, and this is the problem, right? When your life is kind of like stalemated, meaning like you're just not really moving a lot, your chances of running into others kind of just go down. And the truth of the matter is, this is why we have to create daily schedules, and this is why I always say this, whether you got a job or not, because you can't be waiting around dependent on someone to hire you for you to have whether I'm hired or not, I'm on God's earth, so I should be moving. That's how I look at it. I should be even if I'm just moving around the house or outside the house or around the neighbor. I need to just be interacting with what's I need to be kind of moving, shuffling because at the end of the day, uh, when I was down south, I was it was different. I had to we lived in a apartment, but it was very nice. And then we had like a pool, or do we have a pool? I don't think we had a pool. Now we didn't have a. I don't think we had a pool. But like the way it was set up, we had a pool table. We had like a gym, and it was just set up a certain way. You dig what I'm saying? Like the environment was like North Carolina, Charlotte is like high tech. Like it's like a different. The whole vibe was set up for success. So at the end of the day, it was just the right place, and I was where I am, even with YouTube and just other things today, then because I would have never probably fell back into this type of type of crazy stuff. So what Coach Kyle's saying is everything right for somebody with a standard life, somebody with a job, because establishments all automatically offer rubbing shoulders with people. When I worked at Auntie Anne's, it was all day in the mall, all day. And when I worked as a security guard, it was all day. And so it matters where you place yourself based on who you're going to rub shoulders with. That's why I tell people to make a daily schedule because who you're gonna have to like I had to, and if you got a job, then it kind of different. But if you don't got a job, you got to kind of create that for yourself. Create that space. I would call it space because even when I go for little walks or I go make my videos outside or something, it ups the chances of me running into somebody. And when that happens, I uh, I talk or I wave, I speak, I do that type of thing. Because when you're studying the stuff that we're talking about today, it's like you notice everybody's not trying to bite your head off, like, and we already know that, but it's just saying like it's a thin line between feeling like that one day and then realizing it's really not. And there's people out here who will and are trying to, but it's just you're most of those people are only around because you're not moving the way what we're talking about right now. That's what I'm trying to get at. When you're moving with this directness, it's like people can't get find a way to get in there with you because you're direct. You're directly going towards something. You're moving. You have what we like to call nowadays motion. You have motion, and when you have that, people they can't really. It's hard. You make it difficult, basically. And but you know, I'm giving a lot of game right now for the people who don't have a job. And like I said, I always got to make alternatives to what bro was talking about. I don't got a job, so what would be the equivalent to a job or school, right? For us would be YouTube, like you said. It would be YouTube because classes in session. Basically, science. Everything we talk about is chemistry, dating, relationships. It's science. So social circles is even falling under science. It's chemistry. Uh, the why and the why not. You know. So class is in session. It's just how hard we about to go with this stuff. It's really no different than going to college or all this stuff. It's the same thing. Sometimes we separate it because society tell you dropped out, quote unquote, but you ain't drop out of nothing. You just didn't stay on a straight narrow path the way that the next person did. So you really don't be getting beat up for no reason in society. You ain't do nothing wrong. You just didn't go as far as somebody else, and everybody's not gonna go as far as somebody else. They're gonna go as far as they went. So it's like society really try to catch you just for being you and not doing, but it's crazy. So this is why we're here today, speaking on these topics.
Friends that I'm still in touch with 5 years later. Let's talk about the start.
Hold on, let me see that list again.
And then following up with that person. That's literally all it takes. Okay. Work, school, gym, club, hobby.
Oh yeah, so club is still on the table. I had somebody offer the other day. to do you want to go get drinks? And because I'm a vegetarian, I would have to get version drinks or a Sprite or an orange juice. But either way it goes, clubs are still on the table for us all. So that's a beautiful thing because everybody's neighborhood has. If you go on Siri and type in bars near me, you will be able to go on Bumble, make a friend, get that friend onto the text, set up a plan, and don't even gotta really leave your neighborhood. Don't even really gotta leave your neighborhood because you set it up so perfectly. You're like, matter of fact, just pull up. I got this perfect place called Natalie's, and they have a wonderful blase blase blah, right? And I learned this from my dating coach, but it correlates. It's universal. It's just marketing. I'm marketing the place. I know this place called Bar 42, and they have a nice version, this and that. Because think about it, this is the part where the game gets slick, right? Because when you're thinking of people, when you're a loner, you think that they run stuff or wear the pants. But when you're speaking this way that I'm speaking right now, which is marketing a place in my neighborhood, I don't care if you have the car or not, because you're coming to my neighborhood. So if you're coming to my neighborhood, who's really in charge? But I'm just saying, this is just what where things gotta come to, because at the end of the day, I want you to pull up to my neighborhood. I want you to pull up to my neighborhood because I'm gonna give you a good time. I'm gonna show you a good time, and when you leave, you're gonna say, "Wow, bro was cool, and he showed me a good time, and he knew the waiters. He knew the waiters, and they knew him by his name." And so this is deeper where I'm going right now. This is deeper. It goes deeper, but you can't do all this without um, all of this information, because the information that we're listening to tonight, it gives greater insight on how to make things come to manifestation. And just hearing things over and over again, what it does is it feeds into you into a way where eventually what you can do is do this all the time. And that's ultimately where I'm trying to get myself to. So just hearing my boy Coach Kyle spit this ism, it really helps.
Those are like the main places that you're gonna start building a social circle at. Okay, the gym is always work, school, gym, club, hobby.
Oh yeah, so after club is hobby. And so hobbies, I got hobbies. I literally wrote hobbies in my notes. I got events, I got hobbies, and I got what you call it. I don't know if I will be able to find it right now, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it right now. But somewhere in here, events, hobbies, and it was somewhere in here. But like, damn, I might have to do that part all over again. Because it's very important to know your hobbies, like, and it's very important. Uh, pretty not. I'm more than grateful that you're still here with me. I ain't gonna lie. But it's very important that we know our hobbies and we because hobbies, you know, hobbies and events that we like to go to too. Now, events cost money, so in that regard, we're gonna leave that to the side until we can do it without shadow of a doubt. You know, Uber plus that, that type. So everything I try to do on this channel is cost um like free. It should be like economical, like almost close to free. And so um it should be almost close to free. It should be almost close to free. So that's just so everybody and myself, everybody can just do this. You know what I'm saying? Should never be an excuse. Right? So um but what he said was hobbies, and I think if I had to name one of the hobbies that I wrote down before, it was like yoga. But it was hobbies, and it's another word besides hobbies that's like hobbies, but it's not hobbies. Forgot what that word is. But I had events, hobbies, and that other word. And I was writing them all down to myself because I knew that when you feel me? I knew that when you make friends, you gotta invite them into your world. Sabbath, my hobbies. What's that about my? Yeah, no, I had them all written down. It's crazy because you do gotta think about them because it's one of those things that it's like a collage of things and psychologically just trying to come up with it on the spot, it's not realistic because most people don't live lives yet big enough to just off the top of their domes. Oh, I like to surf. I like to. I like now. I know I like to do play chess. That's a hobby. So I got a friend actually that we play chess here and there. That I text. We play chess here and there, and they from my city and stuff like that. But I'm talking about like in person hobbies. You know, chess can be in person though, but um, I try to gear everything towards Mother Nature all the time. I try my best to. And so I would say more like yoga, meditation. Those are hobbies for me right now. Very deep and important hobbies for me. Meditation, yoga, just breath work type stuff. Like, um, and those are the only three I got right now. So that's good. But knowing that it's very easy to meet people on Instagram or Bumble or one of these apps that are highly into one of those things. So um, when he say hobbies, Kyle, the coach right here is saying clubs and their hobbies. Basically, we gonna have to start playing around with those things because um, these are important and vital key nutrients to inviting people into your world and realm and actually making them, I don't want to say the word fall in love with a friend, but like making them psychologically fall into, like, hey, it's cool to be with this. It's about the experience that you give people is what I'm trying to say. So I mean, if we just became friends and you hang with me, we don't do nothing all day. I guess that can be fun sometimes, but for the most part, it'd be funner if I got something mapped out for us to go do. Hiking is one of them I like to do. I never really went hiking but once, but that's like a hobby. Um, I forgot what it's called. When you smoke, what is that called? Not an addiction, but it's called something else. A habit, but it's not even. It is a habit, but that's not the word. I don't know. It's a different word. I could find I could find it this way by going to Siri and typing in. Watch this. What's the difference? Start the sentence off like that. What's the difference between a hobby? Oh, activity. That's the word I was talking about the whole time. Activities. Hobby and so activities are a little bit different than oh nah you was close, but like activity is not smoking. So you were right though. Addiction, smoking is like a habit. Because what I was trying to think about, what people used to say growing up was, "Oh, you gotta pay for your." No, they would say like, "You gotta pay for your addiction." So you right, like it is a you on point with that. With like if you tell your mom, "Mom, can you buy me some cigarettes?" She'll say, you gotta." She'll be like, you gotta pay for your own your own addictions or your own your own yeah, they'll say that. So, but activities. So it's activities. Nah, it's all good. Activities are a little bit different than hobbies. So activity, um, if I was to type in activities, what are some examples of activities? Playing cards, right? That's not a hobby. It's an activity. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Um, nah, but rock climbing is an activity. Acting is an activity. They're giving us right here 150 examples of activities. I'm not gonna read them all, but this is a great website. Chess is an activity, not a hobby. So when you break down hobbies, activities, and events, hobbies, activities, and events. Events is beautiful, Natalie, because we can just type in on Siri events. And then what will pop up is events near me. And I will click on that. I will click on that. Now, events, like I said, we're going to leave that off a little bit until later on we get deeper into this stuff because events are typically going to cost a little bit of money. But that doesn't mean you can't pull up. And also we got apps like meetup.com where I went to like a poetry I went somewhere one day downtown, like some meetup type deal. So we can use that too. But there's gonna be a rock festival Saturday, um, a comedy nightclub tomorrow from 7. So there's always things going on. So from events to hobbies to activities, we have to begin to mold from a list of 1 to 10 for each of those categories. Because and I'm not BSing, when you um, start to fill in those, even if you don't fully do it, but you got 2 or 3 in each category, you'll realize that people in your city um, are already doing these things. You just not in the mix. And so it's crazy because you don't really gotta chase the friend. You just gotta go there and just be by. You could be by yourself and still be somewhat of a social butterfly, just off the strength of where you decided to go. So it changes the dynamic a lot. So that's what Coach Kyle is kind of saying. He's saying, bruh, you could go to work and meet friends. You could go to school. You could go to the gym, the club. You could go to hobbies. And it's like, wow, like we already kind of know this, but until we write it down and think about it in a different way, we don't actually know it the way we think we know it. And we don't behave. I just had like a weird nerve jump, but we don't behave the way we should behave. Uh, we don't behave the way we should behave to like what's we call it, to be in contact with uh, um, frequent these places. Basically, like we got the whole name of the game is to frequent whatever we talking about. If you ain't frequenting nothing, you ain't gonna necessarily get that the results.
Those are like the main places that you're going to start building a social circle at. Okay. The gym is always a great opportunity. That's where I was the most successful at making.
So gyms could be like parks near you, like that could categorize as parks. Like if you could just type in parks near me, you know, because everybody don't got money, so you can't just go sign up for Edge or Planet Fitness like that. You don't got a job, that would be bad prioritization. So you have to say parks near me, because that's the gym for the free gym, but it's not necessarily a gym. So I would also say if you really want more of a gym, just type in free gyms. There probably would be some form of a there probably would be some form of a free gym near everybody. And talking about the Edge, the Edge is free for the first month. But yeah, something like that, like the Edge, something like that. I try to keep everything, free and away from establishment so we can just do it. But this stuff gets a little deep. Like, you got to stay with this type of stuff. Like, we're going to talk a lot more about all this.
Making my friends that I'm still in touch with 5 years later. Let's talk about the fundamentals to actually building the social circle. These are just like the essentials. First one automatically is your look, and it's actually very important. Okay, I know it's a common misunderstanding in pickup industry, like looks don't matter, this and that. But I disagree with that, honestly. I definitely disagree with that. I think your look says a lot about you, especially when you're trying to make friends with strangers. people are just instinctual creatures. They're going to judge you off of your look before they ever even talk to you. You want to look the most presentable, the most attractive, the most confident dude possible. Number two is your vibe, the energy that you're putting out to the world. This is arguably more important than your look, honestly, because if you look good and your vibe is shit, no one's going to be friends with you. But your look and your vibe kind of like prerequisites to building a decent social circle. From there, these are actual skills that we're going to need. And the first one is flavorful small talk. Okay, you want to become a master at small talk. This is like the main. You want to build a good social circle. This is like the single most important thing. Mastering small talk. What do we say? Because let's say I'm at these places. What do I say? It's an observational statement. Okay, it's simply an observational statement. At some point, I would open. Yo, is it just me or blank? Let's say I was at the gym. I just finished my set. I would literally just be like, let's say I finished it. Man, is it just me or like these dumbbell grips like way too fat? I feel like it's like hurting my thumb every time I'm pressing on this. Okay, it's not like, yo, dude, I just noticed you. You seem like a cool dude. I like your tattoos, and I was wondering if I could be your friend. You want to be my friend? No, it's nothing like that. It's literally just an observational statement, okay? Or if it was at school, it would be like, yo, is it just me, or is this textbook like 5 pounds heavier than it's supposed to be? Or if
Okay.
it's at work, it would be like, yo, is it just me, or is like every time the boss come in here, every time the boss walks in here, I feel like everyone just like suddenly starts to pretend like they're working, and then like right when he leaves, like we just
Right now, what he's speaking on is observational statements. So he's basically saying that it's an easy and indirect way to start conversations. So if me and you didn't know each other and we were in school and I was like, is it just me or these textbooks are like extra heavy? Or if I was like, is it just me or it's like every time the teacher turns around, everybody, the class just gets extra noisy. And then when people turn back, when the teacher turned back around, blase, blase, blah, everybody's like quiet, like da 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 da. So it's called an observational statement. Uh, he said, be prepared to keep talking once you've opened that up. So like, say you laugh or something, and in a way, I should just keep the conversation going at that point.
go back to chilling.
So
Give some
observational statement is literally observing
personal input into
and giving some personal input about what it is that I observe.
whatever thing we're talking about. That's another key point to this. That was something the client of mine from over the weekend was really
Like if I'm walking outside, it's kind of like I said what I did with the guy who was getting yelled at. And I was like, yo, he's getting extremely yelled at. It's just literally just making a statement. Like to simplify it at its simplest thing. Cause like right now I got a black chair in front of me. I could be like, yo, like, is it just me or the color black reminds you? Is it just me or black chairs are like evil? Like they look evil. Now you could agree or disagree, but it's just the fact that I started the I opened the conversation.
struggling with when approaching women. He would get into conversation, start asking questions, question. I have to give some kind of personal input at some point. I can't just be interview and then name exchange and then ask him to hang out, because then it looks like I'm just taking value. I'm just asking interview questions and then I'm trying to close him. That's weird. I need to be giving value to the interaction. And ironic enough, this is the same fucking concept with women, guys. If you approach a girl and you're just like interview mode,
I agree with him wholeheartedly on this. Oh, you want me to watch him? I didn't know you wanted me to watch him now. After this video, um, I will watch. You know, uh, I thought you was asking me, do I watch your videos? Oh, oh, okay. No, I thought you was asking me, do I watch? You want me to watch them alone or in front of you? You want me to? You just posted today. You just posted, so I'm gonna definitely tune in. I'm definitely tuned in. Now I'm gonna tune in before I go to sleep. I'm gonna tune in before I go to sleep. I want you to go live though. You probably was live earlier. Now I'm gonna tune in before I go to sleep. But I'm just trying to oh, you wanna go live with me? No, I'm saying we could go live. We could go live soon. I'm a little shy right now. I ain't gonna lie. I'm probably gonna see you look at you, you trying to FaceTime me and stuff. Like you trying to like now I'm saying like only reason I'm not going to do it today is because I don't even know if you trying to do that, but yeah, no, I'm just saying I'm gonna watch your videos after this. Like I'm probably gonna hop off in a little while, and I'm gonna watch your videos. But we could go live together soon. We could do it soon if that's what you want to do. I'm down for that. But other than that, I'm probably gonna slide through Chicago someday, and we could film. But I'm trying to see this concept real quick. Bro is saying that
That's weird. I need to be giving value to the interaction.
yeah, so bro is basically saying it's a difference between taking and giving, basically. And the person who is attractive is always giving versus taking. So if I am I'm trying to think of a place that I would be in an event where I am um, in one of them places he just named. So like if I'm like if I'm at a bar called Natalie's and I'm with a potential friend, whatever, and um, basically all I'm doing is giving some personal input about the topic. So if the topic is version, if we just both got drinks, but I got a virgin drink, I can make a observational statement like, is it just me or these uh is it just me or these version drinks are super small? Like look at the size of this cup. This is way too small for my liking. But I'm gonna drink it anyway because whatever, right? I'm just talking, but from that point. But what I did was I opened up the conversation. That's called an opener. and I gave some personal input about the topic. And so that's kind of what I'm just trying to fill um this tactic out as far as just using it randomly. So if I'm like walking outside, going for a random walk, and I see somebody, an observational opener. I don't know. I did it already before in different ways with certain neighbors and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, this concept is like is weird because it's abstract until you actually come up with ways to use it. It's like an idea, like, but when you really, it's just observing something and using your environment. You could talk about the weather. You could talk about, it's real. Is it just me or is burning up out here? It's just, you can say anything really, but it's just believing in it and saying it and just kind of having it written in your mind before you say it. So you got that trusting vibe to you because you already knew what you was gonna say before you said it. Now for sure, I'm gonna definitely tune in for sure.
And ironic enough, this is the same
I'm gonna
fucking
tune in.
concept with women, guys. If you approach a girl and you're just like interview mode, and then you try to get her phone number to take her out, it's gonna feel weird, and she's not gonna want to hang out with you. It's the same fucking concept with social circle development, and you're trying to make friends. I can't just ask him questions. I need to be giving some personal input into it. From there, I gave some personal input. Change topic now. You don't want to just talk about one topic with the person. Like if we're at the gym and we're talking about fitness and we end up going on a really long fitness talk, it's okay. But generally speaking, it's just better to like switch into another topic. Another easy line you could always say is, "Oh, where are you from? Oh, where are you from, by the way? Are you from here?" I always say that line. It's a good way to get off of the topic we were talking about, and it's just easy to switch topic and keep the conversation going. And then at a certain point, all I'm gonna say is, "Oh, I'm Kyle, by the way, bro. What's your name?" "I'm Kyle, by the way. What's your name?" Simple. Everybody should be implementing this line. Once you've exchanged names and introduced yourself, the next time you see them, it's easy to say what's up to them. What most men will do is they find themselves in a small little conversation, they talk till the thread's over, and then they get back to their shit. You guys already face a lot of opportunity. You just don't realize it because you're not like taking that next step. And the next step is so subtle. It's really just asking another question about them, changing the topic, not letting the conversation die, and asking a personal question about them, giving some input, and then introducing yourself. Okay, that's like if you were to just do that one part instead of having a normal interaction, like you're gonna naturally make a lot of friends that way. Mastering small talk, leading the interaction. By leading the interaction, I'm talking about the name introduction is leading, like you're bringing it to that point. You're also bringing it to suggestively inviting them to do something, like joining you on an activity. You're leading the interaction to go there, and then you're also leading in a sense of saying, "Yo, I'll hit you up. Let me hit you up next time I'm gonna get a workout in. You should join in. We should get a lift in sometime."
It's so easy to send money with World Remit. Here's how. First, download the World Remit app.
This
Enter
could
your
seem like a
details
lot
and
when
choose
you're
a PIN
not
code.
really just
Once
practicing
it's
it all
verified,
the time.
your
We should get a lift in sometime. Okay, write that fucking thing down. Like it's the easiest way to make a friend at the gym, literally. Or yo, let me hit you up next time. I'm gonna come out and fishing. If you're free, yo, hop in. I like the way I just said that right now. That sounded good. Yo, let me hit you
And I
up
like
next
what
time.
he
I'm gonna come.
I like what he talking about right now. Like I like what he talking about right now because it literally uh it literally defines all things. It sums up all things because most people just don't ever future project, and that's what that's called, future project. And what it is it's projecting as you're in an interaction with somebody. You're projecting into the future based on what's going on. So I could simply walk out my house tomorrow and be walking because it's hot out and I'm going for a walk and I see somebody and chop it up. And during the end of that, I'm what he said, suggestive. Um, I'm suggestively inviting them to an activity, and that activity can be, um, yeah, we should go for a walk sometime. Like I'm already outside walking. I'm meeting you on the terms of going outside and walking, but I'm using the most blatant thing that we're doing already to say let's do it together sometime. We should do this together sometime. Which this is why I like this guy because he's very devious with how he words things. Like, yeah, we should go get a lift sometimes. Like, instead of telling somebody, you say it in a way like that, and it's like that person almost feels caught, if I'm not mistaken. Because it's like I could say no, but it's like, is he really gonna kill me to go for a walk? Like, but it's just tricky because this is what it's all about. It's about um, doing that. But it's very, very funny how that is like that. Because you can't set up stuff and don't show up. Like a lot of people might do that too. But especially as a man, you can't set stuff up and don't show up. So it's like if I tell somebody, yeah, it's real sunny out, we talking about the sun and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, we should go for a walk sometime. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but if I say that, um, gotta be a man of the word. You feel me? So ain't no setting up nothing that you don't. This is why I say it's important to tie everything into who you already are and kind of have a daily schedule in the first place of your life. Because when you suggest an invite to an activity, it should be something you really like to do. Because then your chances of doing it are really high. So I try to correlate that.
Fishing. If you're free, hop in. You see how like low pressure that is? It's like low.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's devious because he make things low pressure to where the person don't feel like pressure. When people don't feel pressure, their chances of doing it goes up. When people feel pressure, they feel like I don't know, I don't feel like it, right? I don't feel like it. You get that type of, you know what I'm saying? So when he say this,
I like the way I just said that right now. That sounded good. Yo, let me hit you up the next time I'm gonna come fishing. If you're free, hop in.
see how devious he is. If you're free, hop in. So it sounds like it's going up, it's going down regardless. And so that's how you gotta articulate it. And this is why game is so important because if you knew this, you would do this because it just works. And what works if it's broke, don't if it's fixed, don't what they say? If it's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah, and that's what this is right now. It's not broken. It's what normal people would say in that scenario. And so a lot of times we be thinking we the problem as loners, and we're not the problem. We just don't know what we're doing, and that's an ego blow. But at the same time, it's like, what do you expect?
You see how like low pressure that is? It's like low investment. If you want to join, I'm gonna be doing it anyway. That's
Yeah, so this is why I say like daily schedules come first. If I know I like to go for walks around this time, and I like to do it because things should be low pressure in your life. Um, I know I like to play chess. I know I like to do this around this time, do that around that time. I know I'm gonna be doing this weekend. Like me this weekend, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. I really don't know. But it would help if around Wednesday I would start to, or Tuesday, Wednesday, I would start to think like, okay, by Friday, Saturday, what's one of the big uh, activities that I'm kind of leaning toward?
A good way to say it. So I would do that, and I would say, let me get you. What's your Instagram, by the way, dude? I'll shoot you a DM. Get the IG, and then you're also leading by following up with that person. Okay, you're following up with the person. Majority of you guys are just not following up with your leads enough and extending invitations to them. And if you just did that one thing, you would already have a social circle. Even if you just met them out at the club one night and they seemed cool and you exchanged Instagrams and nothing else happened, you should still DM that person the next day. DM them the next day and be like, yo, James, last night was so lit, bro. You were funny as hell. It was a pleasure meeting you. We should link up sometime. That message alone, like I don't know how many people I've met out that I got their IG or I got their phone number that I never message ever again, and now they're like some fucking random dude that's on my news feed on IG. But like I don't want to delete them, but it's been months and I never said a fucking word to them. I never said anything to them. All I needed to do was DM them. Anytime you get somebody's IG, anytime you connect with somebody, name introduction, possible IG close depending on the interest level, and then following up with that person and sending invites the next time you're doing shit. Okay, and even if you have nothing planned, you can just start inviting people. Like you are the leader hosting something. It could just mean a night out at a bar, but you met 4 or 5 different people and you invite them all out. Met this dude at the gym. We worked out together. Yo, what are you doing?
And that's the thing. A lot of people got fear of inviting 4 or 5 people out to a place that they don't often go to. That's why I say like you gotta study your environment and kind of pick times to branch out to places that are in your square compass, like bars and like little spots and stuff. Because truth of the matter is, you just want to be able to. You never want to bring someone into your reality without you being able to uh, just talk like, yeah, this is like this, and you want to be like a tour guide. You want to tour them through the situation, like, yeah, this is like this, and this person. You want to be able to talk people through it so they get a psychological experience of like, oh, well, this person knows a thing or two. They're not just like inviting me to something they never really was with. Like, it's like you want to make people feel that way.
Saturday, by the way. I was thinking I might have a group going to this one spot if you wanted to hop in. I say that to him, but then I also say that to my coworker. Yo, what are you doing this weekend, bro? I think we got a group at the end of the 10-minute segment. By the way, Kyle. By the way, this and that. Yo, you're pretty cool, dude. Yo, what are you doing this weekend? By the way, actually, we got a group going out to 46 Lounge. If you want to hop in, there's gonna be some hot girls. Say that to him. Say that to the dude at the gym. Say that to my school, my friend at school. I already got a couple dudes that I'm rolling out to the venue with at this point already. You know what I'm saying?
So
I
he's
could do that.
so he's basically he's basically juggling. He's basically juggling two, three, four people at a time, and basically been doing it long enough to where it makes sense. I honestly feel like a beginner would not be able to just do that. You know what I'm saying? It's not just gonna happen like that. It's just not gonna just happen because there's not enough. Um, I don't even know what to call that word, motion or momentum. So that will stop people right there from even trying to set that up. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. Well, when you have um, you have people in your phone, a couple people, you want to actually. This is why it's important to actually create a dialogue with people, like a true heartfelt connection, a true heartfelt connection, like because uh, we gotta really connect, like, and this is where the conversation gotta be dope. Like, you gotta get better at just talking conversation. It's gotta be dope, and it gotta like be deep. You gotta go deep sometimes. Like conversations can't just be BS, you know. Um, because the connection with the person that the trust is there. Basically, the trust is very important to establish trust, in my opinion, because once trust is there, it's like, okay, I will drive to a store with this person and feel like, because the world is a crazy place. So it's like trust is a big thing in terms of people not necessarily moving forward with the thing.
Any fucking city. You put me in any major city, I could have a group of friends coming out with me probably in one day if I really tried hard enough. Like if I went to the gym to actually just make friends, I could probably make that happen. 3 to 10 minute conversations followed by a named introduction and then potentially followed by a possible I.
And that's what I'm saying. Some people you just trust. You talk to them, you just trust them. And my boy Coach Kyle has what we would like to call a mouthpiece, meaning that you just know what to say and what not to say. And the more I listen to this guy, he's in a way cleansing up me and what not to say, because he's just telling us what to say, and it's kind of giving me a psychological measure, like, okay, don't say this, just follow him on that. Just say this. It'll work a lot smoother if you just say this. And as I frequently listen to him, over time, it'll just, I know it'll work.
Close or a phone number close. That's literally the formula to building a social circle. Okay? If anybody's taking notes and you want to write something down, write this down. Master small talk. From there, it's 3 to 10 minutes of interaction. And ideally, we're changing the topic at least once. And we're giving personal input into the conversation. Okay? You need to be doing these things. At a certain point, name introduction. Yo, I'm Kyle, by the way, but what was your name? I didn't get your name. I'm Kyle, by the way. Pleasure to meet you. And at the end of it, it's either an Instagram or a phone number close with a possible idea of meeting up and then following up with that person. That's literally all it takes, okay? Mic drop, turns off recording.
You won't believe that I just watched that whole video, and psychologically, I I feel like I extracted some things from it, but I'm the type of person I gotta watch something 2 3 times before I actually uh, preserve the nutrients from the information. But I heard them though on most of it. But uh, we've been live for a while, and I'm about to just The biggest thing I think I gotta work on is my conversation. Like my conversation, and that's it right now. Conversation. I'm decent with it, but it's going. I'm gonna get to a point where it's like a 9 out of 10. Got to. Once that get right, then things will organically go the way I'm trying to get it to go. So conversation is everything. Conversation is everything when it comes to